What's going on this week in Nerf?
Welcome to Season 2 of This Week in Nerf, your source for first-party, third-party, and community Nerf news. And that was a cute little intro, wasn't it? I'm proud of us. Anyway, we've got some interesting first-party leaks and some community stuff, so let's get on into it. For reasons I do not understand, Nerfers really want Bullpup blasters, even though it just makes them longer and not necessarily better most of the time. But regardless of my feelings on the subject, Captain Slug delivered with a V4 Talon Claw variant Bullpup style. This blaster is 25 inches overall, which makes it just a few inches shorter than a standard Caliburn, but the main grip is going to be 5 inches more forward from the stock. So I'd really need to grow a few inches to be comfy with that. He's been converting all of these designs lately to U-channel, so the base version just looks kind of naked. So I would definitely suggest adding some of the fun shrouds and rails and stuff to it, because it's weird. It just looks weird. But if you like it, if you think it's a really cool thing, the files and the hardware kits are available now on his Etsy. The hardware kits are $64, and there's also the full blaster available for $160. Captain Slug always with the reasonable prices. One of the blasters I was really excited for last year was the D-Dart Tempest. It's just such a cool feel, but the one I bought might have been a lemon, but the original gearbox motor couldn't even turn the drum, so it wouldn't fire at all, and it was terrible, and I was sad. But Michelle has made life better. She upgraded the gearbox on it. It's now a 2-stage trigger instead of needing to flip the switch. Upgraded flywheels, upgraded motors, and a custom cage, and that's what this story is about. There's no chrono at our house right now, but the cage is 42.5, and with the worker high crush wheels that we put in this thing, it should be hitting about 140 or 150 depending on the darts. And that is pretty darn cool for such a little thing, completely one-handed. It's awesome. And it's available now for free for personal use on our website, FoamBlastShop.com/3D files. There's a 3D files section on the top link bar there. It'll also be in the description, like everything is. And if you downloaded it before this video went live, Michelle made a goof. So you should download it again for the correct version. But yeah, this thing's pretty cool. Download it if you want it. And now let's move right on into some juicy name leaks. Utter travesty at it again with a giant list of name leaks, this time from ACD Distribution. And I'm going to go through the ones that I'm pretty sure I haven't already talked about in previous episodes. The last giant name drop was in episode 47. So if you want to look back there, that's other things that are coming. But this is things that I think maybe are new. So the Alpha Strike Uppercut is listed for $249. I can't imagine Hasbro selling a blaster this cheap, so I'm thinking it has to be another skeletal jolt clone, or maybe some kind of accessory or target. That's just really cheap for a blaster, even in the Alpha Strike line, I feel. Then there's the Fortnite Micro RBW Smash, and that's listed for $10.99, usual microshop price. And the Rainbow Smash in the game is a unicorn head on a stick. So it'll probably look really similar to that llama microshot that we got. And then we have some Overwatch microshots. There's Mercy for $9.99 again. We now have the name for the previous Meringue leak. Meringue was in the URL for this listing. And this next one, the URL is Barley, which now we know is the microshot Anna. $9.99. That's just the microshot price. And then some interesting things from the Rival line. There's the Rival Athena XX1200, and that's going to go for $25. So 1200, we know that means 12-shot Rival blaster, and it's going to come in both red and blue. There are listings for both on the distribution site. No other information there, so I have no idea what's coming. And then there's the Rival Payback XX700 for $15. 700 means 7 shots. And does that mean a revival of the 7-round mag? We haven't seen one of those in a while. I thought they kind of gave up on that. There were also some Ultra Blasters on this list, but there was no new information. Again, I talked about them, the ones that are on here previously in episode 47, so check that out if you want to know anything that there is to know there. The prices are a little lower on this distribution website than it was in the other leak. I also find it strange that the release date says January 1st. I think that's just an unfortunate placeholder. Now that we've got those name leaks out of the way, I happened upon the European Union Intellectual Property Office website, and Hasbro has been submitting designs for new blasters, Ultra Blasters, so I'm going to share them today, and we're going to have a look at the future of the Ultra line. So these are design patents. Those are made to protect an invention's look and their feel, so it's not exactly what it's going to be in the end, but it's, I would assume, what they're intending it to be. So this blaster, which does not have a name on these designs, is a 6-shot flywheel resolver, probably rear load. It really looks like rear load to me, so that's really exciting. It's something that we haven't seen yet, and everyone's trying to make rear load mods. So at least for this one, you won't need to mod it. Already rear loaded. You can see the bulges in the shape in front of that trigger area where the flywheels are going to be. You can also spot a little bit of the flywheels in that front view. And then there's an itty bitty rev trigger on an itty bitty grip. I'm thinking maybe they hired some BuzzBee designers for this thing. That grip looks tiny. So I'm thinking that this blaster is the Ranger based on the available information we had in previous leaks. On price points, the Ranger is going for about $30, which seemed to fit this type of blaster. And then being a revolver, it kind of has a general Western feel. Again, there's no names on these documents, so that's purely a guess on my part. And another thing I noticed and was curious about was some of the drawings are in dotted lines and other bits are in solid, and that seemed really strange to me, so I looked up what that means for design patents, and only the solid lines are claimed as their design, and the dotted lines are just adding to the look and the feel. It's what something could look like, so it looks like they've nailed down the rear load and possibly the pushing functionality, and the rest is just a sketch of what they'd like it to be. At least as of October 2019 when this was originally submitted. So if you compare this blaster with something that's already been done, like their patent for the long strike, you can see the dotted versus solid, like I know what this is going to be and I hope this is what it's going to be kind of thing in design patents. I just thought that was neat. Learning is fun. Overall, I do really like the look of this blaster, though I would want a larger grip. I'm kind of excited for this one. And one more little itty-bitty tidbit. While I was discovering and looking through all of Hasbro's different patents, it was really, really interesting. I found 20 different possibilities for what the Ultra Darts could have been. I'm not sure how many are here because they were experimenting with different designs and how many are there to specifically prevent other companies creating compatible knockoffs. Either way, it's just super interesting to look at, and I really enjoyed researching this story. And now it's time for Mod of the Week, and you guys made it super hard to pick this week. There were a handful of really, really good contenders. So if you want to see what else I was considering, there will be a newsletter published later today. I'll have a link in the description when that's ready, and it'll also just generally be posted on our site at 4 p.m. So have a look out for that if you want to see all the other stuff I was considering. But the one I picked, and it was difficult to pick, was from Pizza Shop, with X's on the end and an underscore. I don't know if you're supposed to say those things when you're talking about usernames. Anyway, he made this Jawbreaker themed double strike, and it's a really great execution of a cute theme. From far away, it's just cute. It's just good. And then close-ups, you can see that it looks kind of crunchy and sugary, and some of the paint isn't actually paint. It's makeup from a palette called Jawbreaker. So that's just a super interesting medium to help give it this interesting texture. And I did not expect to see that on a Nerf blaster. And thinking about Jawbreakers while I'm looking at it makes my mouth hurt a little bit. Great job, Pizza Shop. X Pizza Shop X. I don't know how to say those kind of usernames. Never thought about it before. And that is all the news for this week. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you tune in next week at our new time. It's going to get more and more easy to say, hopefully. Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific. Bingo blango. I got it. If you want links to anything that I talked about this week, they're all in the description of this video. So clicky, clicky, clicky down there. And while you're clicking around, hit the like and the subscribe. And... you know, it's January, and so I'm going to suggest a resolution to everybody. Go to a game. At least one. Even if you live a couple hours away, and I know that you can't do that every month, that's ridiculous to ask for, but make a day of it. Just once. Just one game. Drive those 3 hours with your family. Go together. Play a game. Have a nice dinner. And then go home and be happy to have had the experience. Everybody should go to a war. You can do it. I believe in you. The ending is weird. Bye. I'm never going to be able to get this done. I think all of these, what the heck? Oh, I skipped a line. That's why I'm confused. And moving, I didn't put my hands down. Don't use that last take.
Make sure you do the claps. Addie.
What?
That was weird.
I do what I want. The European... Thank you so much. What are you doing? Are what something... I think I said it backwards. Freaking hard to pick this month. Really hard to pick this month. There were... Week. Why do I keep saying month? What's wrong with me? I don't know what words are. It's hard when you're in here, Michelle. Go away.
Go away.
9 a.m.? Are we doing 9 a.m. now? 9 a.m. Pacific. Should I keep going? Nope. Stop laughing at me.